So I cooked some of our eggs low and slow for 21 days and they came out perfectly. "20 eggs, 20 chicks." I was amazed. I didn't think it would do that good, but it did.
What's in the pink box?
So a little over a year ago, we bought baby chicks. When I was growing up, we always hatched them, and we're gonna try to do that again this year. So we saved 20 eggs, and we got them going today. No, we got them going yesterday. Yesterday, not today.
So I watched a bunch of reviews in this Matakupix. I don't know how to say it. It seemed like a pretty good one, so it was a little over $100. As you can see, we got the eggs in there. It's got the automatic turners, so it turns them. Keeps the temperature at 99.5 and 52% humidity. So this is the old incubator. There's a little window you can look inside. A little better. That's how you adjusted the heat. Loosen the swing nut and then adjust it with this. And when the heat was on, this little light would light up. That's the inside. Those were the days.
So when I was reading the instructions, it said it was very imperative to keep the incubator in a room that was about 70 to 80 degrees, and we don't have one of those. So I made a little insulated room of its own out of 2-inch pink foam that we had in the barn.
Put some holes in the top for ventilation. It ain't pretty, but I think it'll work. I let it run for a week to where I can, I dialed in the humidity. The temperature's been steady, but with the garage door opening and shutting, it hasn't really affected it. When I added the eggs, the humidity went up. So I had to open the vent. There's a little vent here on the lid to the thing, and it's supposed to be between, I think, 50 and 55, and right now it's at like 51, so that seems good. Okay, you can see there's a good air sac.
Candling is when you use a light to look inside the egg. I did it at 7 days and lost the footage, or I don't know what happened. It didn't work. I don't have the footage from 7 days. So this is 14 days. Most of the inside of the egg is shaded out by the chick. The air sac on the end, you can see, like, there's the air sac, that lighter colored part looks uniform.
This is Dave.
When I was a kid, we used a cardboard milk carton that we'd put a light bulb in.
Good.
And then cut a hole on the end, and we would use that for candling. I really thought I would
Find air sacs and veins.
be throwing a lot of these eggs out, but they were all fertilized at 7 days. I could tell they were all fertilized. And here at 14 days, I've got a chick in every egg, and there's movement inside. They were all healthy. And then they all hatched. I had to help one chick out of the shell. She was kind of shrink wrapped, where the membrane inside kind of dries. It might have had a crack or something,
Nice movement.
and it dried up, and I had to cut a little bit of that away to help one chick out. He, whatever, survived. And here's a one of the leghorn eggs, the white eggs, and you can really see inside there.
White shell, you can see in there real well.
But I did all 20. I'm not going to show all 20. That's just too much.
So some dumbass left this set outside all year. So that's today's project. This is the brooder. Back up a little bit. I put a board across here so when they're first born, they just stay in this part. And then when, 2 weeks later or so, they're big enough and they need more room, and then I open it up and let them have the whole thing. So this is going to get cleaned up and then repainted. And it'll happen today, so it'll be ready for next weekend.
So I had a gallon of red paint, so it's red. I didn't want to paint the inside red. I was going to paint it white. And then I used the stick that I used to stir the red paint, so the white paint is pink. So it's red and pink. That's okay. We want mostly hens anyway, right? We want pullets. Here you see the eggs. The chicks are pipping. They pip is when they use their beak to poke a hole out of the egg, and then they'll work that hole in the line around and pop the end of the shell off. That's how they hatch themselves.
Julie, do you want to see? Look, the egg is moving. Look, see right there. Oh, I see it. Open. He wants to come out. What if it just explodes and then every single egg goes popping up and like. See, it's moving. Julie, don't touch it. Julie. How much more days?
Tomorrow.
Ooh. Well, we'll come in the morning and check on them, right?
Yeah.
Poppy, if you look, moving. if you look closely, you can see their little beak inside that little
Yeah.
hole.
Yeah, they're breathing.
And they're also moving their eggs. Moving around here. Like, come on, I want to get out of this stupid shack. Why does it say 16 minus 2 on this egg?
It's 2/16. That means that egg was laid on February 16th.
Oh.
And here's the next morning. They started to hatch, and my granddaughters woke up sick and weren't there for it.
So they're all dry off, and now I'm going to put them in the brooder.
So this little one is the last one to hatch, the one I had to help out. She did okay. She looks like she's still a little bit wet, but she's dry enough, and she did okay. This one is dot head for obvious reasons.
And that's all of them. 20 peeps. 20 little fuzz balls. So this time around we're using this Brinsea chick warmer. It's supposed to mimic mother hen. They crawl under there and they get warm, and then they crawl out, they go find some food and water, run around, do some jumping, some flapping, and then they go back under there to get warm again. We used to use a heat lamp, so they were under light for 24/7. So now I just use a small ceramic lightless heat lamp to kind of keep that general area warmer than the garage. And then they have this place here they can go get warm. It's low voltage, so it uses less electricity. And then the heat lamp I'm using won't be there the whole time. That's going to go away.